And we're back again. Sorry about all that. Today is a story time. Oh, whoa, can I get a round of applause? Like, today is, so in my like video I made a long time ago, I hate, like, everything I publish, I'm so proud of it, and then I post it, and then people drag me about it, and then I automatically, like, cringe every time someone says they're gonna watch that video. I lost my train of thought. No. Oh, yeah, okay, so I'm doing a story time, period. So I'm doing a story time, and it's about this guy, and his name is Bio Boy, because we're not trying to expose ourselves. But so we'll start from the beginning of the story, because you know that's what people tend to usually do. Okay, so it started second semester, not the very beginning of second semester, but a little into it. There was this guy in my biology class, and I was like, you're kind of cute. And so, okay, in the beginning of the semester, I was dating a guy. This was after that. I want to make that clear. I did not cheat on anyone. Okay, so, the guy in my biology class was, finer than wine. Can we talk about it? Me exposing myself on YouTube with millions of people watching, but not really, because I'm not that popular. So, anywho, he was really cute, and I was like, oh, T, imagine, like, having a cute guy in your biology class could be me. And I was like, ooh, this isn't gonna go anywhere, but heh. And then I noticed he would, like, stare at me. Now, listen, I don't claim to be a narcissist. Some people might peg me as one, and I'm not trying to be. He could have been staring at literally anyone else. I don't know. I don't know. But what I do know is that I would, like, be in class and just, like, he would, like, walk by, like, turn stuff in, and then come back, and I would look up, and he would be, like, looking at me. I don't know if he was looking at the guy behind me, or if he was just, like, you know? But, like, I swear to you, he was looking at me. I even had, like, my friends, like, look out to see if he was looking at me, and they said that he was, so I'm not the only one that's like, don't come for me. Like, I'm not a narcissist. But yeah, so then at first I was just like, okay, maybe I'm, you know, retarded, and like, he's not actually looking at me, he's looking at someone else. And then I started seeing him, like, in the hallway, and like, one time I was walking with my friend, and we were just walking, and then I, like, looked up and I saw him. I was like, oh, cool, he's in my biology. And then he looked at me. I was like, oh, eye contact, better look away. And then I looked back a little bit later, and he was still staring. I was like, hello? Like, do I have something on my face? Like, do I have something on my face? Okay, so then I was just like, okay, that was weird. Maybe he was like, I recognize you, but where are you from? Maybe, like, I don't know. And then here's where it becomes fun. By this time, I hadn't told anyone about him yet, because I was just like, oh, maybe it's just my imagination making things, like, trying to make it a bigger deal than it actually is. And so I usually don't tell people about things unless I'm, like, for sure set on it, because then I'm like, oh, you're just a narcissist, you know, like, But, so I hadn't told anyone about it. And so the next day, like, at the time, my friend was, like, super sick and, like, wasn't coming to school. So she wasn't at school for a very long time. And she's usually the person that I tell, like, everything, because I see her every day. I go to her house, like, all the time. And so, yeah. So she came back, and I told her about him, because I was like, I really need to, like, let this out. I'm really confused. And so she was like, that's weird, but cute for you. And I was like, thanks. And so we were just talking and stuff like that. We were going down the hall to our next period, and this was A day, and we were walking down the hall, and I see him, and I'm like, that's And she's like, wait, really? He's kind of cute, you know? And so we're walking, and, like, we make eye contact, and I'm like, spooky. And so then I kind of, like, look away, and she's like, he's staring at you. And I'm like, I'm sorry, what? You know? And so then she keeps, like, talking about it and stuff like that, and I, like, keep looking over at him, and he's, like, making contact, and I'm like, and, okay, just to, like, put this in perspective, the hallway, we'll say, is, like, this. We'll say, like, this long. The hallway's, like, this long. We're, like, here. He's, like, maybe here. And I see him. And I'm like, oh, that's the guy. And I tell her about it. And then, so then I, like look away. And I'm, like, talking with her and stuff like that. And then we're walking. And he's walking. And she's like, he's still staring. And I'm like, ma'am. So then he goes to this, like, place. I don't know where he was going. He was just doing his own thing. I was like, okay, keep for you. And we were still walking. And then we see him. And I'm like, And so we keep walking. We're past him by now. Like, so he's here. We're, like, over here. And I look behind. And I make eye contact with him. I kid you not. He was still looking at me. And I was like, okay. Maybe he's not looking at me. Maybe I'm just, like, I don't know. Maybe he's looking at my friend. I don't know. You know? And so then we would, like, take turns, like, rotating around each other to, like, see what was happening. And then eventually, like, we separated and stuff like that. And I was just, like, weird experience. And I kind of, like, forgot about it. And I was just, like, okay, no biggie. And then I kept noticing that he was, like, staring at me and stuff like that in, like, class and stuff. And I was like, okay, what is happening? Like, what? I don't, like, what's happening? I don't know. And so then, I completely forgot where I was going. Then I started telling other people about it. I, like, started, like, telling more people. And we would, like, check and stuff like that. And then it got really weird. Because every morning we would, like, I would, like, go to class with my friends and stuff like that, and we would all walk together to, like, the staircase in the back, and then walk up, and, like, I don't know if he'd always been there, I just started noticing or something like that, but, like, every time we reached the staircase, he would enter the building, and I was like, is this a sign? Like, are you telling me something? Like, what? And so then I would, like, go to walk around, because I do not like going to class. I really don't. I really despise going to class in the morning, so I walk around, like, my entire school so I can not go to class in the morning. So, yeah, we would just kind of, like, walk around and stuff like that. So then I was just like, okay, maybe that's just, like, maybe it's always been like that, and I just started noticing, and it's like, whatever. And then, so one day I was like, let's put it to the test. I dressed up, you know, was like, okay, I'm gonna feel myself today. I'm gonna see what happens. And then I had my friend, who I had told about it, be like, look out, like, see if anything weird happens, like, maybe, I don't know, because I, like, told him that I, like, kind of like them now. So, like, yeah, it gets better. So then I was, like, you know, doing stuff just randomly, and my friend was like, oh, he's looking at you. And I was like, wait, really? And I got really excited because I was like, oh my god, wait, cute boy, you know? Like, okay, girls, you understand, like, when a cute boy gives you attention, you're like, oh, really? Like, you know? Okay, so then I was like, okay, you know what? Time to take initiative. Because I'm a very, like, all of my boyfriends are usually because I ask them out. I'm a very, like, I'm impatient as a human being. And so I don't like to wait. So I like to take initiative and be like, do you like me? Because I like you. You know? So I decided, instead of talking to him like a normal human being, I was going to be a 3-year-old. I got myself a piece of paper. I got myself a pencil. I was like, text me, smiley face. And then I put my number. And then I put it on his desk. And then he read it. And then I didn't get a text. I didn't get a text. So I was like, okay, maybe I was just, like, misreading the entire situation. And I was like, maybe I'm just like literally negative 10 brain cells, you know? And so then I like kind of like just gave up and was like, okay, he doesn't like me, it's whatever, like it happens all the time. And then before I had decided to give him the note, my friend, who I had told first, had the same class period with his friend, by a boy's friend. And they were talking about it, how I liked him and stuff like that. And so eventually his friend contacted me by sending me a picture of him. He just like literally sent me a picture and that was it. No text, no nothing, just like, and I was like, I decided to be bold. And so I was like, he do be kind of fine though, being the person who I am. We don't love her. Anyway, so I did that. And then he kept like sending me snaps and I kept like saying like, okay, he cute, but like, where's the personality? Like, could I get some personality?
Where's the flavor? Where's the flavor in this?
And he was like,
what's your number? I was like,
why? He was like, we're gonna FaceTime to get y'all together. And I was like,
Okay.
so I gave him my number and then we FaceTime like 10 different times because the whole time it was him and his friends, not even him, that poor guy was literally just sitting on a chair, just like to the side, just like, why are my friends with you? No, I'm just kidding. But his friends were like,
so you're gonna give him head?
now listen. I've made poor choices in my past. I've had a hoe stage, and we're past her. We're done with her. We decided that was not the place we needed to be in life. However, they decided that I was gonna stay there, and they were like, "So you gonna give him in like the whole time?" And I was like, "No, I'm not." Like, no, like. And so eventually, they finally like got up. And, like, they were, well, during the calls, they started, like, bothering him. Like, that would go follow him and stuff like that. And be like, talk to her. And I'm like, oh, my God. This is not how you get a guy to like you. I get myself in these kinds of situations. So then, at the very, like, last call, they go up to him and they're like, just say hi to her and stuff like that. And so then finally, he, like, thinking about it, puts a smile on my face because it was, like, literally the cutest thing I've ever seen in my life. Okay. He like looked at the camera and then he like looked away and like laughed a little bit and he was like, hi, and I was like, hi. I didn't actually do that. I said hi, but then I like inside I was like, oh my God, what the, because that is who I am as a person. And so then after that it was just kind of like went back to normal. And, like, nothing changed. And they were like, well, during the thing, they were like, I told them about, like, I did do something. Like, cause they were like, you haven't done anything. And so I was like, I gave him my number. And they were like, yeah, you put it on a note saying, text me. What are you, in third grade? Yeah, no. But, so we got past that. And so then we just kind of, like, went on with life. And, like, nothing happened. And I was just kind of like, okay, I guess not. Like, and then, like, so my friends obviously knew that I had a crush on him. And they would tell me stuff about him because he was on the football team and my friends were on the football team. And so, like, they would tell me stuff about him. And, like, I was like, oh, when he's not just a cute face, because he's, like, smart. He's, like, next level. Like, you think you're smart? He's next level. Like, amazing SAT scores or PSAT scores. But, like, and I already knew he was smart because, like, I would have to pass out papers and stuff like that. And so me being me, I would snoop on people's grades. Like, bad person, but it's fine. And super smart. So I was like, okay, so he's attractive and he's smart. What what do I bring to the table? Like, at least I could bring smart to the table and, like, funny. But, like, now I can't even bring smart. So I'm just, like, funny. Like, I'm just a fucking clown over here. He's over here, like, I don't know what to do now. And so I just, like, so anyway, back to the story. Nothing really happened. And then quarantine happened. And I was like, okay, so I guess it's just, like, really game over. And then one of his friends texted me. And, okay, so it wasn't, like, I knew him previously. The friend, I knew him previously before, like, Bio Boy. And he was just, like, texting me to, like, because, like, we kind of, like, fell off a bit. But, like, then we're back on. And so he was, like, we were texting. And he was, like, we FaceTimed. And he was, like, so what's been going on in your life? And I told him how I liked him and stuff like that. And he's like, oh, I know him. And I was like, you do? And he was like, yeah, I was on the football team with him. And I was like, so what you're saying? But, so then he was like, yeah, I can text him if you want. I was like, no, you don't gotta do all that. Because, like, you know, I think that's a bit too weird for him to just be like, hello, and he'd be like, hi, and he'll be like, what do you want? I don't know, like, I thought I was like, okay, that's what, stuff. And so then he was like,
Nah, I got you. And I was like,
okay.
Okay.
So he texted him, and he was like, what's your opinion on this girl? Like you do. And he was like, who is she? And I was like, oh. Oh! And then, he was like, oh, wait, the girl, like, bio, like, he started describing me, and he was like, yeah, her. And he was like, yeah, I know her, what about her? And he was like, so you know she likes you, right? And he was like, oh, cool. And so the guy was like, so you don't even care? And he was like, it's not that, it's just like, what am I gonna do about it? And he was like, text her. And he's like, oh, I don't have her number. And so he was like, well, do you want it? Because I can give it to you. And so then he gave it to him. Still haven't gotten a text. I think the moral of the story here is do not expect a text, because it's not gonna happen, babe. Promise you. But yeah, no, so then the friend gave me Bio Boy's number, and I have his number, and I'm just sitting here like, what do I do? And I'm like, I haven't texted him because I don't want to be that weird girl that's like, hi, and he's like, who's this? And he's like, it's me. And he's like, how'd you get my number? And I'm like, from your friend. And he's like, why'd you ask my friend for it? I'm like, I don't want to be in that situation. So now I'm just in a situation where it's like, because it's not that it's not that I have his number, like, programmed in my phone or anything. Like, I literally just have the screenshot of his contact from my friend. So now I'm just sitting here with a screenshot in a chat, and I'm just like, do I apply? You know? So that's where I am in life, and that was my story time. So, like, Bio Boy, if you're watching, I'm sorry. Ignore this video. Or, you know, text me. Why am I... Okay. So, yeah, that was my first story time. Hope you enjoyed it. There will be more. I'm trying to stay on, like, a thing where I, like, upload every Friday. So that's fun. There was a downfall and there's a good and bad one up making this video. Because a good, I made content. A bad, if Bio Boy does watch this, he could either be like, this crazy bitch, or he could text me. Or he could text me and, like, we start talking and stuff like that. And then he watches the rest of my videos because he now has my channel. There's so many negatives here. But we'll get over it because life is too short to not do what you want to. So I don't give a crap. So here we are. Here's the video. I'm sorry in advance if you know him or if you are him. So just, like, let that out there. Like, my bad. But yeah, so that's the video. Pretty much it. I'm super talented, right? You know? So yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. We went on a wild ride, and yeah, just like watch my other videos, like subscribe. We're trying to get money. Like, you know the vibe. Okay, yeah, that's enough out of me, so I'm gonna go. I guess we'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.